Hello, ladies and gents, and we are back. And we're playing another Steam game, and yeah, I'm way out of order. But I can't just always go in order of every game on Steam. It was more just I couldn't figure out how to start things off, so I figured I'd start from the beginning. But now that we've got that out of the way, I hate to say that. I hate to make it seem like I hate the game I just played. Because I don't. It just, again, it's one of those things you gotta sit down, hunker down, and play, and it doesn't make for the greatest of videos. But anyway, now we're gonna play something I love. Grim Dawn. Little story about Grim Dawn is it's actually being developed. It's still in early access, but it's almost done. They just released the beginning of the last act, and I believe there are 4 acts. This was developed by the group of cats that, not actual cats, at least I don't think so, that'd be weird, that developed the Titan Quest game. Titan Quest is another game I absolutely love, and I have one friend in particular who also really liked Titan Quest, so this video is almost kind of for him. He knows who he is. But I have mentioned this game, and I've partially just really been wanting to find people to play this game with. So I figured now is a pretty good time to play it, especially since I know it's going to be something that I'm at least going to have fun playing, because I love Diablo-type games. Now, I have a character from every class currently. You can actually dual-class characters. I haven't done that on any of them yet, because I've been getting a feel for them. But, for the sake of the video, we're going to start from square one with this new guy, who basically has a door on his arm and a prison shank. Let's start it up. Now, like the Titan Quest games, let's go ahead and talk. So it seems that you were possessed by a spirit or something like that, so they strung you up so you wouldn't hurt anybody. The game controls very much like a Diablo-type game. In fact, it does feel a lot like Titan Quest, if you've played it. I'll definitely get to that one, because that's another game I'd love to play some more. But what's cool about this is the setting. I'll go ahead and let you guys read that for a few. If you want to read, I'm not going to just sit and read all this out, but if you want to pause it and read the story for yourself, feel free. Okay. But the setting is almost in like, I don't know if it actually is supposed to take place on a ruined Earth, but you could actually see it being that. It's very post-apocalyptic. There's zombies and stuff everywhere. Who doesn't like beating the shit out of some zombies? But while there are supernatural aspects like zombies and demons and things like that, you can also use more conventional, closer to modern weapons, things like rifles and pistols. I love how it seems like a lot of the weapons are sort of jury-rigged out of trash and junk and stuff like that. And for some reason, that just builds the appeal for me. Plus, as far as an ARPG goes, which I think is a technical term for games in this style, I think the graphics look great. Everything's very lush, there's lots of destructible environments. And I love games like this, and I'm glad that I'm finally at the point where I have a computer that's actually beefy enough to where I can play some of these games and share them with you guys. Yeah, this is a game, if anybody has it or wants to pick it up, you could be a stranger just stumbling upon one of my videos, and I would still be willing to play it with you, because it is a lot of fun. Now, you'll notice that I don't actually have any skills here, and if I hit my skill... Actually, I can't even hit my skill button. It's grayed out. You actually, unlike a lot of these games... Whoa, I did not remember... This is new! I do not remember being able to go to an island. And these things are high level. I'm going to leave now. Bye. Have fun with that. I'm going to have to come back to that, you know, on my own time. But I do not remember being able to take a rowboat and go to an island. So that's cool. Like they're still developing this game. Anyway, like I was saying, you actually don't start with any skills or abilities until you level up, like I just did. That was opportune timing. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. Let me cleave these abominations first. and then I'll talk a little bit more about the actual controls. Seeing as I kind of did my basic touch base in the last video I just did, I have a little bit more time in this video to actually just talk about the game itself. Because it's a game I'm really interested in, and I hope I can get some people interested in it too. Okay. Got this plus sign because I leveled up. When you level up, it lets you do a couple things. For starters, you can add 1 point to one of your stats. I usually find that I need to put points into my statistics in order to equip certain weapons and armor, so I generally do not put a point into things as soon as I get them. I save it for when I actually get a piece of equipment that I can't use. But as you can see, the clothing and everything, it almost seems like you could have been in like the 18 or 1900s, just in a world that has gone to shit. But that's not all that you get when you level up. Now we can actually go into the skills tree. You pick a class. You can actually, I believe, pick 2. At level 8 or 9, I think you can pick a second class. But we'll just briefly go over what all the classes are. It's pretty self-explanatory. You've got your soldier. They're about doing raw melee DPS. They also can be very tanky due to their use of a shield. Demolitionists, these are your gunners. These guys use rifles, and some can dual-wield pistols if you have a certain setup. But these are the guys that launch explosive rounds and throw grenades. The occultists, I find, there's basically 2 types of casters, like spellcasters. The occultists specialize in summons, though. They actually have 2 different summons they can get that I know of. I think there's one they may get at the end of the game, but I'm not that far yet. But they have some ranged magic, and they can summon stuff. Your Nightblades are your duelists. These are the guys that dual-wield axes or swords. They're the closest to being like a rogue class, and they do a lot of DPS really fast, but they don't have the tankiness of our soldier here. The Arcanist, that's your traditional nuker. Cast big, damaging spells, hurt lots of people, but don't get too close to the enemy. The Shaman is the newest class, and it's sort of a hybrid class. It actually has a summon as well. That's one of my favorite spells in the game, and they specialize in 2-handed weapons, and I love that, because I like just using a big-ass warhammer and spinning around in a circle like I'm playing Dynasty Warriors. So they're cool, too. For the sake of this video, geez, I should have thought of this beforehand. We're actually going to give the Shaman a try, because I like the Shaman. Now, when you level up a class, you actually have 2 different ways to level it up. You can either put a point into the base class, which if you want to get any skills, you got to do that at least once. Then, as you increase your points into the class, you can then start distributing points among the skills you've unlocked. So we'll go ahead and we will start. Sorry, I gotta think about this. It gets real awesome right about... Where do you get him at? Right here. That's the summon I really love. But with this, I think that just becomes our auto attack. We'll just get these 2 skills. I might not be able to use them just yet. And then we'll equip our... Actually... Okay, this is actually a passive. So like this passive, every time you attack, you do a little bit of extra lightning damage and physical damage. You require a 2-handed weapon, and I don't have one yet, but I'll get one shortly. And this one, you don't actually have to use a 2-handed weapon, but this is an enhanced auto attack, where for 1 energy cost, the more and more you hit an enemy, you get these increasing bonuses. So the Shaman's really cool because he basically works himself up into a frenzy. So that's basically how the class system works. And you can level up the skills as you unlock them, and you can really develop your character in any way you want. Which is, it's very Diablo-esque, Titan Quest-like. It's cool stuff. Now, there's actually more to this game that they just released, and I will be totally honest with you. I don't know anything really about it yet, but it sounds really exciting. This devotion system. In some way, you're able to get various points and put them into these constellations. And as you level up a constellation, you get all these awesome bonuses. And this will totally stack onto all the skills and equipment you already have. So this is just a way to make your character even better. And if you manage to get to these shining stars, you get some really cool spell-like abilities. being able to create explosions or drain life. Again, I don't know a whole lot about this, because this is the first time I've picked the game up since they added this, because they just added it. But there's a lot more ways to make your character even a little bit more unique. And that's cool, because I don't remember there being something like this in Diablo. In fact, one of the few problems I have with Diablo 3 is there's not a whole lot of customization in your character's skills. I mean, you can pick like what skill and what rune you want your character to have, but I like in this one that like you can't necessarily unlock every skill. You got to specialize in some stuff. And I like that every character you make of a particular class may play way differently than every time that you've played it before. So, now I love Diablo 3. I'm just saying I like this setup a little bit more. True that Diablo 3 does some things a little bit better than this. I just like to talk about, you know, the pros of a game that I'm trying to promote. Though if you want to play some Diablo 3, I'll be down to play that with you too. Though I am rusty. Now, if you've noticed, I've got this, like, windy thing kind of going about me. That's because I've gone into a frenzy because I have that auto attack. These look an awful lot like rust monsters. Now, I could spend a half an hour, I might spend a half an hour, who knows. I could spend a long-ass time playing this game. In fact, I should, real quick, see if I got any better equipment. Oh, I don't have the physique for that. See? That's why I usually save this, but do I want to just wait and use this one? Need more spirit. I think I'll put a point into physique, and okay, we can equip this shield. Coolio. That's why I always think it's good to just save your points. Don't just throw them into what it is that you think you'll need. There's a lot of little cool mechanics like this, like how there's actually different factions of enemies. And in certain cases, you can actually instigate them to fight one another, which can make your goings a little bit easier. The faction system you can find around here somewhere. Right here. The ethereals, which are like your undead. The more of them you kill, you get these different levels. And you can get more enemies to spawn, more champions to spawn. Don't know what nemesis spawns are. But hey, it means you'll be able to get better drops from harder enemies. This is the starting town. You get better discounts, new quests, new things you can buy. Lots of stuff to work on for this game. Now it isn't a cheap game. With a lot of the games I think that I've played on here so far, if they're not retro, they're on Steam, they've actually been relatively cheap. Like Terraria, Aquaria, 1000 amps. This game will actually run you about 25 bucks. But I know it goes on sale. Ooh, awesome. Because I got it on sale. I think I got it for maybe like 15 bucks. So this is one that you might want to wait for a sale on. But if you like these type of games, I know you'll have a lot of fun with it. Because I really do. And there's a lot to do with it. Ragdoll system's fun too. It's just as ridiculous as it was in Titan Quest. Alright, got some new equipment. I will take the saw blade. But see how, like, let me zoom in a little bit. Everything looks almost like I thought of Dead Rising 3, just all jury-rigged and tossed together. I really like that. I think it adds a cool aesthetic. Ooh, there's our two-handed weapon. Now we should be doing extra lightning damage. Sucks that I'm probably not going to keep this video after... Not this video, but keep this character. Ooh, if I get more physique in, I can sell that. I'm not going to keep this character probably after this video, because I already have a shaman that I'm much farther on. But I just want to show you, I usually don't like to give things away in games. Especially something like this, where you might want to see some of the cool bosses and difficult enemies for yourself. Let's wipe these guys out. This is one of my favorite genres. So I pretty much try to pick up every ARPG I can get. Torchlight, Fate, the Diablo series. I love this shit. Leveled up again. Smack bitches. Alright. Now usually when I level up I actually put 2 points into the class, at least until I've maxed it out. And then I'll put 1 point into skills. And it looks like I actually have a boost to brute force. I'm not complaining. What does this do? Okay, that's one of the caster abilities. I'm going to keep raising savagery. And then, let's see. Some better pants. Oof. Sword looks cool, but this technically does a little more damage. And they both have the same speed. You'll find little pages and little books that you can actually read, and it provides a little bit of lore, kind of like Diablo. So if you want to glance at that real quick, you can pause it. I'll load this one up real quick. If you want to look at it, you can pause it. Anyway, that is Grim... Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to stop it just yet. I think I will go ahead... I was going to stop here, but I want to play this game some more. So, what the hell? We'll make it a little bit longer. I'll at least show you what the first boss is like. But first, we got to hack through some vermin. This is actually one of the favorite parts of what I do on YouTube. Not that I like get paid for it or anything for it. But I do it for myself, and I also like to do it in order to help indie developers out. Because there's a lot of AAA titles that, in my opinion, need some work. Oh, I can't use that yet. Okay. Yep, you can quickly change weapons, too. So you can have your big-ass great axe and then a rifle or a pistol. But I like helping out indie developers because some of my favorite games have come from indie developers that I don't think get enough credit. It's not important enough to raise cunning. So any chance I get, I like to showcase one of these games and get their name out there. Especially since when I've brought this up in the past, I've never brought this up to somebody and they knew what I was talking about. And I know some people who've played some games, man, who are experts. So I figure, who better to educate them than me? Yeah, just a little reminder, if you do like this game, remember, it's not gonna be one of those quick little cheap pick-me-ups like some of the other things that I play. So you might have to throw a little bit of money down on it. Although, I do believe there is a Steam sale that should be coming up at the end of this month. At least that's the rumor I heard. Hey, keep it in mind. Like I said, if you need somebody to play it with you, just get a hold of me. I know I've been a little bit hermit-like as of late. But I will still be totally willing to throw down on some stuff if you'd like. And this is a game that I would love to see what it's like in multiplayer. Especially since there's a lot of spells and abilities that are kind of geared for you being in a group. Alright, let's back up. Now, if you'll notice this yellow bar there, that's your stamina. When you're wounded, you don't automatically regenerate. You can get items that help you regenerate, but you only heal naturally if you either have like a spell or ability that lets you do so, or if you have stamina. I think I can equip that. Alright, that'll keep me a little bit safer. Now, you can get stamina from finding food rations and shrines. So, it's actually a good idea to keep an eye on your stamina, because it's almost as important as keeping an eye on your health. But as you can see, yeah, you can just get a rifle and have a little bit of Walking Dead action. In early game, it's pretty important to get any type of ranged weapon, just because you're going to get whittled down a lot. At least until you get some life drain or something like that. But we've reached our destination, so let's give this boss a try. That was a horrifying noise. Oh, jeez. I don't exactly know how old this game is, but I did have it on my laptop, so it's probably been out for about a year, though my laptop couldn't run it all that well. But it's not a very new game. But as far as a game of this genre goes, I think the graphics are pretty top-notch. Plus it's fun flinging zombies around. Alright, okay. I might just have to blitzkrieg this jerk. Yep, that's what it's looking like. Ow! Let's back it up. Get away, let our stamina come back. And even with the stamina system, you do have health potions and stuff. Looks like I'm not going to need one that time. Let's get this scrap and let's see what he dropped. Alright, let's see if any of this is any good.
My inventory is full.
Aw, stop ya whining. Let's do quick little auto sort. Yep, I don't think there's going to be any way to really fix this. But I probably don't really need any of that that's on the ground. Decent stuff. I think I'll look over this in my own time. Anyway, this has been Grim Dawn. This is another one of those games, like, if you want to see more of the game, oh, please tell me. Please give me an excuse to play this game some more. It may look like it's not all that different from most ARPGs, but I love the aesthetics, I love the class system. Hey, I got more points. And I would love to throw down on this with somebody at any point in the future, so... Part of the reason I wanted to do this is because I knew I'd have some fun playing it, because this game always makes me feel good, unless I die, which does happen later on. But for now, this is Striker signing off. I hope you enjoyed this one, at least more than the last video I did. I know that one wasn't necessarily my best work. In fact, you could maybe even say I've been slipping lately. But I'm going to keep working with it, because that's what you do when you don't like your work. You try to make it better. So I'm hopefully going to have a little bit more energetic content. Hopefully some stuff where I'm in a better mood. And hopefully some of you guys might even be in on some of these videos someday. Because I do love collaboration. So that's all for me, gang. I hope to see you guys around soon. I don't know when I'm going to do my next video, but... hopefully we can, keep this steam engine a-rolling. Ta-ta, goodbye.